Incredible, incredible game. Bayern Munich goes through to the semifinals where they're going to be facing the reigning champs PSG. They defeated Real Madrid 4-3, 6-4 on aggregate. Real Madrid players were pissed off after the game, but some things just never change. Bayern Munich was the better team over two legs. Real Madrid managed to score 3 goals, which came from Neuer's mistakes. Two of the goals, Arda Güler's goals came from mistakes. And like I said in the previous videos, Real Madrid's weapon is the transition. Real Madrid's style of play is two players that don't defend. 8 players defend, and Mbappe and Vinicius, they stay up there. And Bayern Munich defensive strategy is very, very risky because they play man-to-man defense, which is Upamecano defending against Vinicius, and then you have Todd defending against Mbappe. That leaves a lot of defensive reliance on the ability of the center back in 1v1 situations. And Vinicius and Mbappe are both technical players, very good on the ball, very good with their feet. That's how Mbappe managed to score his goal. Because in this defensive strategy, also, you cannot track the player that is coming from behind. You cannot man mark a player that is joining the attack. And Mbappe scored from this same situation. Vinicius won the ball. He was 1v1. And then you see Upamecano running behind Mbappe. Mbappe is really fast. He was gone. Vinicius found him in the setup. He finished it right under Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer, 2 mistakes today. He had 3 or more mistakes in the first leg, but Real Madrid did not capitalize. Today they did. Arda Güler scored in the first minute from a mistake from Manuel Neuer. And then in the free kick, it was also Manuel Neuer's mistake. It was a nice free kick by Güler. But Manuel Neuer literally had his entire hand on the ball, but it looked like he wanted to bounce it on the floor or hit it down. He just didn't want to hit it away. It wasn't like a save. It wasn't like a punch, a push, slap on the ball. It was more of like he wanted to take control over the ball. And I believe that's why the ball bounced off of his hand and went inside the net. Manuel Neuer was amazing in the first leg. And if it wasn't for his performance in the first leg, making 9 saves, I think we would see a different game today. Another thing that happened in this game was the red card for Camavinga. Camavinga came on, and about 10, 12 minutes later, he managed to get 2 yellow cards. And it was very immature, very reckless cards that he got. The second one, especially, where he took the ball and started walking away with it, and you could see the referee did not know he gave him the first yellow card, so he ended up giving him a yellow card, turned around, and then the Bayern Munich players reminded him that he got a yellow already. So it turned out 2 yellows, he got a red, and right after it, it just Real Madrid was exposed. Vinicius went down to defend, and there's a reason he doesn't defend because as soon as he joined the defense fell apart. He came down to defend. Olise managed to score, but right before it, Luis Diaz in the 88th minute managed to hit the ball very nicely. He was wasteful today, very wasteful in many of the chances. But he still scored a goal like he did in the first game. I told you, both games are very similar. So he hit the ball, it bounced off of the defender and ended up in Lunen's net. And that was the winner for Bayern Munich. Olise came in later and sealed the winner for them right before the whistle. And he scored a beautiful golazo against Lunen right around Rudiger. It was an amazing game from Bayern Munich. But I think they have a problem. If they're going to go forward and face PSG, who's a much more balanced team than them, they like to defend in the zone. They don't man mark. They do everything as a team all together. While Bayern Munich, they like to free flow. Bayern Munich like to play out of position, and that's bad too because a lot of times you see the right back or left back, they're out of position. They're all the way up top. Harry Kane comes back, Luis Diaz or Kimmich. And so this free flow creates a lot of gaps. The man marking creates a lot of risky opportunities where you have to rely on the center back's 1v1 ability. And also, you cannot track the player that's joining the attack. So I see a lot of issues with the defensive strategy of Bayern Munich. Are they going to change it? Is Vincent Company going to change it? I'm not sure because he didn't. Between two legs, he still played the same kind of style. And Bayern Munich is going to have trouble if they play the same way against PSG, who are back in form. They stumbled in the beginning, finished 11th in the table, but then right in the round of 16, when they faced Chelsea, they smacked them up. Against Liverpool in this quarterfinals round, they managed to come out with clean sheets, 2-0 in the first leg, 2-0 in the second leg, 4 on aggregate, and they're just looking much, much better right now. So it's going to be a tough match between the two. I'm picking PSG to go through to the final on that one. And then we have this game, Arsenal against Sporting. It wasn't that entertaining of a game, as you can see, 0-0. Sporting had a couple chances. They hit the post. They had a couple shots, but the best keeper in the Champions League right now, David Raya, with 7 clean sheets. This is the 8th clean sheet, and he's been doing amazing for them. He's the most consistent player. If they go to the final, it's going to be because of David Raya. They're going to be facing Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid is a very good team. They just built their morale and confidence by defeating the favorites in the tournament, Barcelona. They're coming off of a nice win. They have good technical players on the ball. They have good strategy, an amazing coach that can lead the team to the final of the Champions League. On one side, you have two teams that never won the Champions League. And on the other side, you have Bayern Munich, who won the Champions League 6 times, and PSG, the holding champions, the reigning champions. It's going to be a good semifinals. One game I think is going to be more of strategy, tactics, a game between two managers. Both teams are going to try to defend and play in transition. I think Atletico Madrid is favorite in that game against Arsenal, and they're going to be going through to the final because they just have the numbers, they have the players, they have the experience, they have the good coach. Arteta is a good coach as well, but Simeone has good experience, especially in knockout tournaments, as he got to the final prior and he faced off Real Madrid where they lost. My prediction is that Atletico Madrid defeats Arsenal and goes to the final, and PSG wins against Bayern Munich and goes to the final over 2 legs. It's going to be a final between Atletico Madrid and PSG. An incredible game. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and follow the Twitch channel where I do the watch alongs. And if I get 50 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to be also doing a watch along on YouTube, which is great. So please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the button. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, and peace out.